I want to thank you all for letting me come to your meeting, and I want to start off with a question. Raise your hand if you think our criminal justice system needs to change. I'm raising my hand because I agree, and that's why I'm running for Denver District Attorney. I want to tell you a little bit about what my goals are, what my experience is, and some of the specific things I want to focus on as your next district attorney. First of all, I want to focus on collaboration. Our Denver District Attorney's Office is a state office. It's unique in that the rest of our government, by and large, is municipal. That's why we have Councilman Clark and the mayor, and we voted on all of them last May. But our DA is part of the state government. But that state government has to work hand in hand with the rest of the city. And we need to work much better than we are now in the DA's office with other DA's offices across the state. And I pledge to do that as DA. Second thing is engagement. I'll ask you another question. Have any of you ever seen a deputy DA come to one of these meetings? I haven't seen a yes to that yet. I believe that the Denver DA staff and deputies need to be involved in their community, and that has to be a basic part of the job description. They need to be engaged. Third thing is accountability. I honor the officers who are here tonight and all the men and women who put on the uniform and go out, put their lives on the line for all of us. But I also know their job is made more difficult when the public feels that those who violate the trust and use excessive force are not prosecuted. So I will absolutely hold those officers accountable because I think that we're all then will have a city we can believe in. Now I bring to this race unique experience because I've been a prosecutor. I have over 6 years experience as a prosecutor, but I'm the only candidate running who's also been on the other side because I've done criminal defense. And I can bring that balanced perspective to the DA's office. I'm also the only person running who's worked in a 21st century modern private law office. And I can bring the best standards of a law firm to the Denver DA's office. I have been serving Denver for the last 11 years as the CU Regent, your elected board that runs the University of Colorado. I chaired that board. I ran a $3.5 billion organization. So I know how to run a large organization like the Denver DA's office. So, with that experience, I want to serve you, and I want to focus on several things. First of all, we absolutely have to address substance abuse, mental health. 2/3 of the people in our jails and prisons have substance abuse problems. We have to address it. Mental health is driving so much of our criminal justice system. Juvenile, we need much better, robust juvenile virgin programs. Not only when a kid gets in trouble, but we need to partner with nonprofits and the rest of our community to try to have programs to keep kids from getting into trouble in the first place. Because the DA's office absolutely has to be proactive, not just reactive. We shouldn't just be waiting for something bad to happen. We should be out there in the community partnering to prevent those bad things from happening in the first place. So, I want to reserve some time for questions, but I want to remind you of one very important thing about this race. This race is about public safety. And here in Denver, we're one of only 2 counties that doesn't get elected sheriff. We elect one public safety official, and that is your Denver DA. I'm running in the Democratic primary. You'll be hearing a lot about the caucuses coming up very soon on March 1st, where all the Democrats will get together at their local caucus. You can find out where your caucus is at my website, michaelkerrigan.com. And when you go there, you'll be asked, who do you support for DA? And I would be honored if you would raise your hand and say you support Michael Kerrigan, because like you, I think our system can change, must change, and we can do better. And I'd love to take your questions. Yes, sir.
You asked at the outset how many DAs, deputy DAs, come to meetings like this. I met 21 at a meeting.
Good.
Good. Yeah. You said change. What part of the DA's office now, is that a total departure to suggest that we partnering with community stuff? Does the DA's office do anything like that now?
Not enough. I'll give you a specific example. Colorado has the Colorado District Attorney's Council. It's a bipartisan group, Republicans and Democrats across the state that coordinate on programs, on training, on legislative agendas. There's 21.
What kind of programs, what kind of training? I mean, is it not just lawyer training or stuff for the DA's job? I mean, outside of.
Look, can I finish what I was saying? And I'll
Okay, what we typically think of as what a DA does. I mean, maybe we don't generally know what that entails.
Sure. So I'll give you a couple examples of what way we can be doing that. So that